if your country or you're from Kenya, yay! If you applied as married but you don't have a marriage certificate, guess what? I'll get you all taken care of. I'll tell you what you need to do if you applied as married but you have not gotten married or you don't have a marriage certificate. And welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is NAFULA. If you've not subscribed to my channel, I highly recommend that you subscribe. And if you've already subscribed to my channel, again, I just want to say thank you for subscribing and thank you for watching my videos. Aki sisi wa Afrika na mambo ya kungoja last minute website in a crash. If you haven't applied for the green card lottery, run and go and apply, and hopefully cross your fingers your website will work so you can put in an application. You only have a few hours to apply, so you don't have time to procrastinate. If you haven't applied, stop whatever you're doing, go find either a phone or a computer that's connected to the internet and put in an application. And you just need a picture and you need the names and the information of the people you'll be applying or including in your application. So their names and the pictures, you need all that to apply. So if you haven't done that, you can stop in a cyber, take a picture, sit down, put in your application so you have something to look forward to in May. Otherwise, if you don't apply, you have to be in the game to win. So if you're not in the game, don't even bother checking in May. So the application is closing at noon on November 8th. That's like the American time. So now, if you're watching this video, run to the website and make sure you put in an application right away. And if you don't know how to put in an application, I did videos on that. So the links for the videos will be down below in the video description. So part 1 of the application, part 2, and the photo requirements. That's all the videos you'll need because you don't have time to apply. So run to the website and apply right now. Mambo ya Afrika kungoja last minute. Mnakimbia, website is crashing, everything is happening, and then you're like, oh, I can't apply the website, I can't get into the website. You had a whole month to apply, but because we are Africans, tunangoja the last minute, and then last minute website will crash. So in case it crashed, I did a video on how you can access the website if you're having trouble accessing the website. So check in one of my videos if you're having trouble accessing the website to apply. I was planning on doing a live on the last day to apply, but that has not been possible. I haven't been feeling well. Homa, kukohoa. Lakini si ile mambo ya ingine, you know. Sitaki kusema kwa video because they will start like, you know, censoring my videos and stuff. Siyo ingine. Ni homa tu ya kawaida, kukohoa, mafua. So sijaweza kufanya live, but I already covered everything you need to apply. So you should be good. So one of the questions that I've been asked is, I applied as a married couple, but we don't have a marriage certificate. We're not married yet. I'm gonna give an answer, but then this applies like if you're in Kenya. Usually like in Kenya, customary marriages are legal, they're acceptable. Not all countries accept customary marriages. So if your country doesn't accept it, then it's gonna be very difficult to go around it. But then, so if you place an application, you live with somebody, you have kids, you've been together for a long time, but you're not married legally, we will assume you got married in a customary wedding. If you know what I mean. You got married in a customary wedding. So, or you got married under traditional wedding. It's the same thing. So, now that you got married in a customary marriages, now you need to register that union. And this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna go find a lawyer and get an affidavit of marriage. And then this is pretty much a document that just says this person and this person were married under customary marriage and they've been together for this number of years. There's so many people in Africa who were married under customary law or a traditional wedding where they don't have a license to show for it. And our grandparents did that, some of our parents did that. So it's very possible to actually be married to somebody in a traditional or customary way, but you don't have a license. So that's why you need to get the affidavit of marriage. And then once you get that, you need to get your marriage registered. And that way you need to go down and get a marriage license. And the marriage license, the date on it doesn't matter. Like even if the date is today or the date is after you applied for the green card lottery, or if it does not have any date, you are all set because you have an affidavit of marriage. So the date on your marriage can be either current, it can be after you applied for the green card lottery, it can be either, no date at all. But because you have an affidavit of marriage in a country where customary marriages are legal, then you should be all set. And in some instances, you might need to get, like once you get an affidavit of marriage, you will need to get your marriage registered and get a marriage license. And after that, you will need to get your marriage license certified. So you'll need to get it certified. Some instances, they don't need you to get it certified. For the most part, you might need to get it certified. And this is if you live in a country where customary marriages are legal. So what am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say, like in case you made you just applied as married, but then you don't have a marriage license. If you're in a country where customary marriages are not legal, then you might run into a problem, because when you go to the embassy, they'll need a marriage license. And maybe in that country, if you get a marriage license, the date might be after you got or you applied or won your green card lottery. Then you might get denied a visa. And there's multiple stories you can check on YouTube, you can check on Google. There's multiple stories about people who got married after they applied for the green card lottery and they got denied a visa. But they were from countries where there's no customary marriage. If there's no customary marriage, there's no way around it. You have to apply a single if you're not married. And if you're learning from my videos or you're enjoying my videos, I will encourage you to click the like button, because that way it gets recommended to other people on YouTube. You can like, you can comment, you can share this video, and I just want to again thank you for your support. So bottom line, customary marriages are legal marriages in Kenya. I don't know about any other country. Like in America, if you are in America, then customary marriages and traditional marriages are not like recognized here, but then they're recognized in Kenya. So you can actually register your customary marriage and then get a marriage license, certify that, and you can go to the embassy with that. And then if they ask you about the date, you're like, you just tell the truth. You're like, I was living with this person, but then we got married under customary law, which is legal in this country. And then I have this affidavit of marriage to prove that I have a marriage license, and then it's certified. And that way you should be all set if you applied as married. So if you live in Kenya and this applies to you, don't wait until you win the green card lottery to actually start working on it. You can start working on getting an affidavit of marriage and then getting your marriage registered, and then getting it certified so that you're all set. In case you win, then you can actually use that in the interview. Like if you go to the interview to get a visa, they will require for evidence or proof of marriage. You can provide that. But then even if you don't win, at least you have a marriage license. So you're secured. Either way, it's a win-win situation. And this applies to cases where it's just one woman, one man. So it's a one wife, one husband. In cases where like there's a husband with 10 wives, I don't know the answer to that still, because that's illegal. Like if you go to the embassy and then they establish that you are married to more than one woman or more than one man, you'll actually be denied visa, because in the US, that would be committing a crime. You can actually be prosecuted for marrying 2 wives if they find out. So that's why if you're married to multiple partners, then I don't think this applies to you. And then for everybody else, if you're single, apply as unmarried. Unmarried and single is the same thing. So if you live together and then your country maybe they don't have customary marriages, they're not legal there, and you guys don't have marriage certificate, apply as single. And then apply as married if you have a marriage license, and you can use that as a proof. If you are separated, you still need to apply as married until you're legally divorced. So if you're married and then you're separated with somebody and still you have not divorced, you have to apply as married and you have to include the information. If you apply as single and they find out that you are married, then that's ground for getting disqualified and being denied a visa. If you're divorced, then apply as divorced, and then in that case you won't be required to enter the information of your ex-spouse. And the last one, like if you're widowed, then also in that case you will not be required to enter the information of your deceased spouse. But then for the cases where people are applying as married or separated, you will need to enter your other spouse's information in the application. And if you're going to be working on the affidavit of marriage and then getting a marriage license and getting it certified, just know that, you know, in the interview they might need proof of a relationship. Usually, like I said, with kids, if you have any children, that would be proof. Another one, if you have any messages, text messages, email messages, you can use that as proof. If you have any property that you bought together while in that period of time that you were married in a customary way, that is proof. If you have any pictures of the traditional wedding, if you have anybody who can write, like, you know, something like a letter or whatever to show that, you know, you were married for that amount of time, that should act as proof. And then again, if you applied as single and you are married, or you can't get a hold of the marriage certificate and you decided to apply as single, then I don't know, like if you tell the truth, definitely you'll be denied a visa. So cheza ka wewe. What I can say is cheza kama wewe. If you're born in Kenya, you know what that means. If you applied and you said something, cheza kama wewe, right? Na usianze kuuliza like, oh, NAFULA, cheza kama wewe, what do you mean by that? People who understand, they know what it means. So cheza kiwewe.
Last but not least, if you applied for the DV Lottery 2024, or you won the DV Lottery last year, or you're interested in becoming a host, you can sign up on NAFULAconnect.com. And how you do that is you go to NAFULAconnect.com and then it brings you to this page here. If you want to get my Facebook, you click this one right here. If you want to go to my Instagram, it's right here. And then if you want to go to my YouTube, you can go right here. But then to sign up, if you applied for the DV Lottery, you're going to go to the guest and host pairing. So if you just applied for the Green Card Lottery, you're going to go to the guest and host pairing on NAFULA.com, and you're going to go all the way at the bottom, and then here where it says sign up, you're going to enter your email address and then you're going to sign up here. So that's for the people who just applied for the Green Card Lottery. You'll need to enter your email here and then sign up. That way you can be on the list in case you win. Then you'll be considered for hosting, like if we have hosts available or there's like availability for people who want to host. If you won the DV Lottery last year and you have not found a host, so you're gonna get to this form here. It says guest DV Lottery winner. So put your name, date of birth, the country where you're from, the gender, how many people, and their ages. Like if you're 5 people, make sure you include their ages. You have to put your confirmation number and we need the case number, and then your phone number, your email address, and if you need special accommodations, like maybe you're disabled, or maybe you don't speak a certain language, or you don't eat certain foods, then, or maybe you don't want to stay with certain people, you can put all those accommodation needs here, and then you click on the send. If you're a visitor visiting the United States and you like to live with somebody as opposed to living in a hotel, you're gonna go to the guest visas temporary visit. You're gonna put your name, age and gender, the country where you're from, how long will you be here, and when are you coming, and how much are you willing to pay the host, and then your phone number, your email, and then again, if you have any accommodation, you're gonna put those here. Last is for a host. If you want to sign up to be a host, to host somebody from Africa, either they can pay you rent, or if you have kids and you need help, you can just tell them, like, I'm gonna host you for free, but then you'll help me with the kids. So you make a deal before they even get here. So if you want to be a host and you're interested and you live in the United States, you don't have to be a citizen. You can just enter your name here, your phone number, your email, special accommodation, what country you're from, how many people can you accommodate, what are the age ranges, male, female, or if any, that's fine. And then for free, you can just say free, and then on the special request, you can just say free, but then I need help with childcare, or 0 to 500 rent per month, 500 to 1,000, and above 1,000. But then you just need to consider that those people coming here are usually the DV lottery winners. They're from countries where they don't make a lot of money. Some of them they can barely raise their air ticket. So you can be like, 1 month free, and then after that, when you get a job, you'll pay 500 a month, and then you're gonna click send. And then just to review, you only fill this form if you won the lottery. So if you won the lottery last year, you fill this form. If you just applied for the lottery, so this is not a form for you to fill. You fill at the bottom. So if you won the lottery, fill this one. If you have a guest visa or B1 visa, B2, you can complete here. And then if you want to be a host, you can sign up here. And finally, if you just applied for the green card lottery, you just sign up here to receive new visa updates. So like, when the results are out, I'll send out an email and I'm like, hey, the results are out. You can just go ahead and check, see if you won. Thanks for watching.